Hey folks, we are going to do a quick video here on verbs, and you'll be doing an activity right after the video, and you're welcome to go back and rewatch, or if you need to look online for other resources to help you with it, it's fine also. So on the screen you should see something about action verbs, and usually when fifth graders come to fifth grade, they've heard about action verbs. Those are words you can do, like run or laugh, and sometimes they're in present tense like you're doing it now. Sometimes it's in past tense, like ran or laughed. Sometimes it's in future tense, like Mr. Tom will run or the young man will laugh. So both of those words make the verb. So action verbs usually are pretty easy for fifth graders to find. So if we try just a couple, the car drove up the hill, we got drove. The beautiful bird fly, it should be. And a tired cat curls. So if you see a word that you can do, that's an action verb. But sometimes verbs aren't always action verbs. So we're also going to talk about helping verbs. And a helping verb helps out a main verb or action. So in this case, Mr. Tom, you couldn't just have running to the game. Mr. Tom running to the game. You need a word before it that helps out the action. So those kinds of words are called helping verbs. So like is sometimes used as a helping verb. It's not always a helping verb, so just keep that in mind. I'm going to talk about that later. Had, the young man had laughed. So there are some common helping verbs like are, was, were, has, have, had. So in a sentence like this, you have the car was driving up the hill. So driving is a main verb, something the car can do. But the car driving up the hill, driving needs something to help it out. So was is the helper. So we have was is the helping verb, driving's the main verb. So if someone wants you to find the whole verb in the sentence, you have to say both words, was driving. Okay? The beautiful birds are flying, both words. So you have a helping verb, a main verb. We have shared. Get it? Now, sometimes they're going to try to trick you with helping verbs. So I have Mr. Larson here to help us out with that part. He's going to tell you to watch out. Sometimes you're going to find the helping verb, are, and it's going to help out a main verb like going. We are going to the park. If it adds in a word like never or not, that doesn't count as part of the verb. So the whole verb in this sentence is are going. Okay? So helping verbs, just to review, they help out a main verb in the sentence. So there's going to be a verb that comes after them. But that's not the only kind of verbs. We also have linking verbs, and these sometimes are trickier for fifth graders to find because there's no action in the sentence. You'll notice in this list of linking verbs over on the side, some of them also were helping verbs. Like is, if you had a verb after it, then it would be a helping verb. If there's not a verb after is, let's say it's just used to connect things in the sentence, then it's what's called a linking verb. It links things together. Like here is the word are. We don't have a verb after are, like we are jumping. There's not something we're doing, but it's linking together the subject and the rest of the sentence. So you still need some kind of a verb there, but we don't want an action, so that's when we use linking verbs. So are is a linking verb. Seem is a linking verb. Now this one might mix you up a little because it says something smells strange. And you're like, well, smelling something I can do. But the chef isn't smelling it right now. He's talking to you about it smelling. So smell in this case is a linking verb. And let's see if we can find a couple more here. The Vienna Boys Choir is famous. So here I have my subject. Here I have that they're famous, but I need a word to link them together. So is my linking one that links them together. Its members are talented. Are, yep. Their music seems heavenly. Seems. So if there's no action in the sentence, there's probably a linking verb in there that's linking together the different parts in the sentence. So let's do a quick review. Action verbs, those are going to be things that somebody's doing, and it's not going to have a helping verb right before it. It could be past, present, or future, doesn't matter. If it's action, somebody or something is doing something. Helping verbs, they help out a main verb. So a helping verb could be is, but it has to have a main verb following it. It could be had. There's a whole long list of helping verbs if you'd like to know them. And then we also have, let's go back up here to linking verbs. A linking verb links the subject to the rest of the sentence. No action in that one. Usually the end of the sentence might have an adjective or a noun or something like that to link to that subject material. So you're going to get an activity, and hopefully this video helps you find the sentences that have linking verbs, helping verbs, or action. And if you do have extra trouble, just find some other resources online to help you out and talk to each other if you need to get some extra advice.